The $1,000,000 question. Is it worth my time raising heritage hogs? Is it worth my time trying to make money at selling pork on such a small scale?
Good morning. It's still cold out here, but it's not as bad as it was the last couple days, so we're surviving. I think it's at 13 degrees. We're on the uphill side of things, so it's cold still, but I think it's supposed to be 27 today. But good today to do some pig stuff. Pigs are a big part of our farm, and so are our pig customers, so let's get them taken care of today.
Man, the turkeys are excited this morning. So next weekend, March 1st and 2nd, it's actually February 28th, March 1st, and March 2nd, we'll be down in Oklahoma City at the Backwoods Expo, Outdoor Expo. So if you guys want to come by and see us, we'll be there with our Old School Outfitters booth. I'm not sure our booth number, but we'll be there. Come find us. And we'll have Arms Family Homestead there. So if you guys are watching my channel or our homesteaders, you guys have probably seen Daniel, DJ, Houston, Emily, all those guys over at Arms Family Homestead. So they're going to be at our booth from 10 to 11 on Saturday, March 1st of 2025. So if you're in the Oklahoma City area or Oklahoma area and you want to come meet Daniel, possibly DJ and Houston, then come to Oklahoma City at the fairgrounds. Come see us, come say hi, come take pictures. It'll be a great time to see everybody. A lot of my clients make new clients, but if you're into the outdoors, hunting, fishing, that's definitely a good expo to come and see us at. So hopefully we'll see you there.
Let's get everybody a little water here before we head to town. Are you thirsty? Tired of eating ice cubes? I don't blame you. What's up, little piggy? Good morning, turkeys. A gobble gobble to you too. I know. Y'all are thirsty, aren't you? I know. Get y'all some high quality H2O. There you go. It's gonna warm up today. There you go. see how frozen this is. I brought him about 30 gallons of water right before dark, and obviously it froze a couple inches. Keep the water from freezing up too bad. I'll give him an extra 10 gallons. Cows have been eyeballing me from across the pasture, but they're on their way now. It's hard to sneak down here. They demand treats every time I come down here. They're coming. Slow and steady. Get the treats out. That'll get them fired up. Sweetie. Good morning, June. Got you some water? Yeah. You need some treats? There you go. There you go. Down the hatch. Hey, Mr. Bueller. Hey, buddy. Lucy. Getting to the bottom of the bag. Throwing into the wind. Pretty well out of this bag, huh, Bueller? There you go, buddy. Got down. What's up, sweetie? Heifers are coming, slow and steady. What'd you do that for? Bobbing for ice cubes there, Bueller? Yeah, that's cold, ain't it? Miss May? June, be nice. What's up, Forey? There's my little guardian doggy, Forey. What do you think, Forey? Huh? I gotta run to town and get some pig food. Yeah. So we can have some bacon. Ain't that right? Yeah. I'll come pet you. I'll come pet you because you're my favorite. Yes, I know. Yeah. She's always outside watching me. Everybody else could be inside sleeping by the fireplace. Corey will be out here just watching me work. But I gotta run to town. Yesterday I went into the co-op
or our feed mill, our local feed mill, and had them make up a ton of pig feed. So we're going to, last night I got the grain cart put together or hooked up and got it emptied out. They had my last ton in it, but we got it cleaned out, and we're gonna run to town, grab a ton, come back and fill the grow out pigs feeder. Because when you start hearing their little flapper doors on their feeder non-stop all day, I don't know if you can hear it, probably can't hear it in the background now, but that means they're getting low, getting empty. They're flapping those metal lids up and down. So I knew they were getting low, so we're gonna go fill this up, come back, top off their big pig feed. Then we'll discuss if this is the right choice or not. Is Heritage Hogs, do they make good feeder pigs? I don't know. We'll figure that out.
This place is my weakness. I find myself coming to Tractor Supply all the dang time. And it's not my fault, really. But they got what I need. And the employees love me just as much as I love them. Coming in for two things only. We can do this. Hopefully they don't have chicks, right? I survived. I only got dog food. They are ready for chicks, so I guess if you need chicks, Tractor Supplies around the Midwest should start getting them here next week or so. But only buy chicks from box stores when you absolutely have to. Shop local if you can. All right. That's one full grain cart of 16% pig grower. See if I can lose half of it on the way home.
All right, so we're we're here at the feed store. Gene, you've bought pork from me before, right?
Yeah.
Or you've had it. What do you think of it?
It's good. I mean, it's got good flavoring. You can tell that they weren't overfed. They're well taken care of. So,
Yeah. So he's just had bacon,
yeah.
sausage,
Yeah, I think a couple of chops.
a couple pork chops.
Yeah.
So that's what this food's going for, is my customers' pigs. So we'll I'll share some of this information with you when I get home. But we're gonna fill the pig feeder and keep them fat and happy. But a quick plug here, now that I got home, we get all of our feed from my Yucca feed out of Pratt, Kansas. It's a local feed mill to us. I personally think they have some of the best feed in the area, or south central Kansas. If you are in Kansas and one of these locations is closer to you, then check out, see what they have. They carry chicken, pig, goat, sheep, pretty much anything livestock related for feed. But I'm feeding, let me see here. I'm feeding the 16% pig grower. It's a non-medicated. And that's kind of the statistics on what we feed for the first 9 or 10 months. And then the last couple months we'll go over to a hog finisher and go from there. But that's something to compare to. Now, I'd highly suggest getting your feed locally to wherever you are at a feed mill, even if it means driving an extra hour or so. Even if you're buying in bag or by bulk, buying from a feed store like Tractor Supply or Boom Gars or whatever store you have close to you. You never know how long that feed has been sitting on that shelf. And, you know, old feed, you can get mold. You just lose a lot of your nutritional value the longer it sits in a bag. I'm fortunate enough, I know all the guys down at the feed mill. They're awesome. And I was in there yesterday, told them I needed a ton. They just happened to be running pig feed, so they had it done within a couple hours of when I asked for it, and went back this morning and got it. So buying in bulk if you can save a few bucks, but where I'm at as of right now, it cost about $400 for a ton of 16% pig grower. So keep that in mind. Well, be glad I didn't bore you with this backing job. This snow makes it extremely difficult, and I was smart enough to put my pig feeder in a location that wasn't super convenient. So let's fill this big feeder. A whole ton will not fit in here. About 1,700 pounds. 1,600 pounds will though. And that'll last them about 3 weeks or so, 3 to 4 weeks. So, but you guys are happy and growing and need more water. They drink about as much as the cows do, so let's get this little auger set up. I leave my little auger here because I got power close, which is convenient. This auger makes it a convenient one-man job, even though it's a lot easier to do with when Caitlin's here. But I got it backed up. We'll auger it over the fence and into the feeder. And then I kind of got to bucket it over to the other half of the feeder. But other than that, best $5 auction purchase. See, Caitlin gets mad at me when I go to random farm auctions and spend money. And I come home with stuff like this way before I even need it. But hey, it's the best $5 I ever spent. Saved me a lot of work. So, guys, keep going to random farm auctions. It's good for you. You never know what you're gonna find. Now, the $1 million question. Is it worth my time raising heritage hogs? Is it worth my time trying to make money at selling pork on such a small scale? I don't know. I don't know if there's a right answer or a wrong answer. You know, when it's 110 degrees out and I'm making mud holes and making sure there's water for them, when it's -10 out and I'm breaking ice and rebedding straw, there's a lot of work into raising pigs, and it may not be for everybody. And it's one thing to raise one pig for your family to last you the year, but to raise a dozen of them for other people, a lot of stress and a lot of work that comes with it. And my theory was, if you're gonna raise one, you might as well raise a dozen. Essentially, it's almost the same amount of work, it just costs more. But there's a lot of breeds you can choose from when it comes to raising pigs. And we chose the American Guinea hog, which is a heritage hog. And there's Kuni-Kunis and Mangalistas and red wattles kind of fall into that category. Idaho pasture pigs. there's a lot of heritage hogs that make great homestead hogs. But there's a lot of downfalls to heritage hogs. The biggest downfall is they take essentially twice as long to grow out as a feeder hog. Your Yorks, your Berks, some of those big pigs. The normal feeder hog or feeder pig is usually butchered at 6 months old. These guys, heritage hogs, take approximately 12 to 15 months, depending on how big you want them. We're running, this batch is going to 12 months old. Now, the reason we have to take them so much longer is because if you butcher them at 6 months old, they're really only going to hanging weight's only going to be, I don't know, 80 pounds. Well, we want our hanging weight to be 200 to 250 pounds, which is what a feeder hog is at 6 months. The biggest downfall with a heritage hog is you're going to have, like these guys are a lard hog. A lot of your heritage hogs are considered lard hogs. So you're going to have a fourth to a third of your weight, hanging weight, is going to be fat. Now, this is what frustrates me as somebody that raises a heritage hog, and I knew this going into it. But my biggest frustration is when it comes to the beef industry, everybody wants fat on their steak. You know, I think we're doing it completely opposite of everybody. We raise longhorns, which are a lean beef, and we raise pigs that are a fatty pig. Now, we're in beef country and everybody likes their Angus steaks, but everybody wants that marbled meat with a little fat on the edge. But when it comes to pork, everybody keeps buying store-bought pork that has no fat on it. And so when I try to sell a whole hog and I tell people there's going to be a lot of fat on it, that kind of scares them a little bit because they don't want to pay for fat. Yet they'll pay for fat on a steak, but they won't pay for fat on a pork chop. Which, if you know anything about raising meat, your flavor comes from your fat. And so heritage hogs, and in our instances, these guys, and I may be biased because I'm raising guinea hogs, and we've raised a couple other breeds of pork, and the guinea hogs for us have some of the best tasting pork that you can possibly imagine, but that comes with a price. I can't raise a pig and sell it for what they sell at Walmart and Dillon's and Kroger. It's just not, you can crunch all the numbers you want, you just can't make it work. But when you're raising them by the thousands in a building, apparently everybody wants to support that, and they keep buying pork chops that dry out and have no flavor. But to pay a little bit more and get some of the best tasting pork you can, you know, it scares a lot of people. And I know everybody's tight on money right now, so I've been there, man. I know it. Paying for quality sometimes isn't the option. You just got to get the best bang for your dollar, and that oftentimes is the cheapest food you can get. I'm fortunate enough I have a handful of customers that trust in our process and trust in our pork and find quality over affordability more valuable in their family. So that's kind of my rant, my food for thought, no pun intended. But I'm not sure pork's going to stay on our farm forever, at least not for customers. The price it costs to grow out a pork, the profit margin is so small. The main thing that keeps me going with raising pork is knowing my customers care about the food that's going into their body. And the amount of meals that we've created on our farm for other families just like us, that's what makes it worth the while. And so that may keep me going, that may not. But the profit margin on heritage hogs is not there. If you're in it to make money, go with red wattles or Berkshires or something else. But these guys aren't the ticket to make money. But these guys are the ticket to make the best tasting pork chops and the best bacon you've ever eaten. So, outside of that, these guys will be fat and happy, soaking up the sun. Warm weather's coming. We can finally get these guys out on pasture or moved into the trees, let them get to work. So, we have a dozen of these. About 6 or 7 of them are spoken for. Their butcher date's in June. If you're interested in a whole hog, send us a message. Go over to our Facebook page, 5 Acre Farm. I'll link it down below. Send us a message, and we can get you on our list. What's up, little fella? Come to join the party, huh? All right. Until next time, thanks for watching 5 Acre Farms YouTube channel, and who knows what we'll get into next.